Hello and welcome to Mr. Ridley's revision, and in this one we're looking at the methods of production used in manufacturing, so industrial production. So in the exam you need to be able to describe the differences in production. So we've got two different methods of production here. One, we've got a handmade bowl, and we've got someone using simple hand tools to make a wooden bowl, and here we've got a mass-produced production line manufacturing cars, and we'll be looking at these later so we can see if we can spot these differences. We're looking at the origins of production here just quickly, and up until the start of the 18th century all products were produced using one-off production methods. So that was where basically all products were different. Products were ordered and then were manufactured. So wealthy people would go say, I want a pot. They would go to a potter, a skilled craftsperson who would manufacture that product, and all the products were different. Nothing was the same. During the American Civil War, the development of fast-firing guns created a need for huge amounts of ammunition. Basically, the side that could make the most ammunition felt they could kill more people, they could win. So industrial methods were tried and developed to manufacture ammunition. The ammunition was standardized. That was very important. So to mass produce it, they could standardize the bullets to make them the same so they could be produced by unskilled workers as quickly as possible. Later on, in 1910, we have here Ford Model T production. So mass production methods being applied to create cheaper, identical consumer products like cars. So here we see unskilled workers. These workers are fitting the fuel tanks to a Model T Ford, and you can see the fuel tanks coming down a chute here. They're here, and these guys here are largely unskilled. All these people can do is fit a fuel tank. They don't know any of the other tasks to building the car, and there's an identical one running this side. So this is mass production. Let's look at the different methods of production. We've got one-off production. This is when one product is made at a time. Every product is different, so it is labor intensive. Products may be made by hand or by a combination of hand and simple machine tools. Here's a one-off product. One-off products made from one-off production. It's a wooden cabinet. It's made by a skilled craftsman. It is expensive. It is unique. It could be the only one like it. It is labor intensive. The person who made it was highly skilled, took a long time to train. There were low setup costs. It was just made by hand tools, but it was probably time consuming. It probably maybe took 1-2 weeks to make even. One-off production often features expensive materials such as hardwood. So here's a hardwood cabinet, a one-off bookcase made specifically to fit this large modern room. One-off production is normally carried out by craftspeople who are highly skilled using simple hand tools. And this would have taken years of training to manufacture a quality product. So that is one-off production. Batch production is when a small number of identical products are made. Batch production may also be labor intensive, but jigs and templates are used to aid production. Batches of the product can be made as often as required and can easily be changed to produce a batch of a different product. In this factory we can see here batch production of sports cars. These supercars are batch produced in small numbers. Two things that are useful for batch production are templates and patterns. A template is something you draw around to mark an irregular shape onto material so that it can be cut or shaped. So these are templates. Another thing that is important in batch production are jigs. These are used to make sure parts are made exactly the same. For example, drilling out. So if you're drilling holes through a block of wood, you might have a metal plate with some holes in it to make sure that this is the same component each time. The next method we're looking at is mass production. This is where hundreds or thousands of products are made, usually on a production line. Quite often there are sub-assemblies, so workers may make one small assembly which will go to another factory to go into another component. Mass-produced products are characterized by cheap, often disposable products. Quite often mass-produced products have a shorter product lifespan. So here we've got a typical mass-produced product, which is a plastic water bottle. The materials, mass-produced products are often made from thermoplastics. This bottle is made from PET and the top is injection molded. This mass-produced products use processes like injection molding or blow molding. So we've got a blow molded bottle and an injection molded top. These are expensive to set up but suited to high-speed production lines. Mass production is obviously often characterized by very expensive machinery. So here we've got these robotic arm assembly lines. There's no human workers here. The Honda cars are spot welded together. It's fully automated process, but it would cost hundreds of thousands, if not millions of pounds to set up this production line. Typically, workers in mass production are low skilled and carry out repetitive tasks, just one simple task at a time as the products move along the production line. The last method of production we're looking at is continuous flow production. You need to know about this. This is where thousands or often millions of identical products are made, and the difference between this and mass production is that because of the cost of setting up the production line, it is kept running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to maximize the production and maximize the returns on the expensive machinery that's set up. The process is highly automated. Very few workers are required, often just maintaining the machines. Continuous flow production. This is some mass-produced products, for example beer, are set up where the ingredients are put into one end of the production line, so water and ingredients, and at the other end a finished product emerges. So let's look at these production methods. There's one-off production. This is a single item, often bespoke furniture, stuff like that. Batch produced items, 10 to 100 units, maybe up to 1,000 units, but no more. And these are things like these baked rolls are batch produced. Mass production is 1,000 units plus. Anything over 1,000 units is mass production. And these are characterized by phones or plastic bottles. Consumer items. So, can you now spot the differences in these? We've got two products. We've got someone who's probably highly skilled using hand tools and a lathe, simple machines and tools to make a one-off product made from expensive materials such as hardwood. On the other hand, we've got a mass-produced assembly line which is expensive to set up, low-skilled workers doing repetitive tasks to make a product often with a shorter lifespan, made from plastics, injection molded plastics, stamped steel. So they're the two different characteristics that you need to describe for industrial production methods.